Okay. Hi Toasty, this is Neo. I am I'll say I'm newly Master's Tank, honestly. But I'm gonna watch your VOD that you put in Coach Kobe's server. I know it's a little bit late. You posted this like 3 days ago, but I've been getting around to it. I watched a little bit of it before this, but I not as much as I normally do, in all honesty. So we'll see. This will be more off the cuff than most of my other videos. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, Junker Queen, I think, is so much fun. But there's a problem right now, and it's that she is pretty weak. That is the problem. Looking at our comp, we don't have anybody to lay down like strong, consistent damage, which sucks. You're kind of the biggest one for that, because our Junkrat and our Widow can easily miss shots quite often. So, let's see. That's fine. We see the turrets getting put up behind us. So, this is just, yeah, nice. This is just a note with most heroes, honestly. I noticed this when I was playing Moira and when they changed Symmetra, and it's that sometimes it takes a while to shoot the turrets. So you can just melee them, especially if they're close together, like these two were. Like, you killed one, but the next one was close. So I'd just get closer and melee them, in all honesty, because you'll destroy them faster. And especially with a hero like Junker Queen, who only has 6 bullets, I think it's just a lot of value to not have to worry about wasting 2 of the 6 on turrets. So when you see them get shot at you like this, just turn around and melee them. So let's see, we want a knife. Yeah, you always want knife on cooldown. So since you hit the Orisa, you definitely want to pull her closer as fast as possible. So I think as soon as you hit her, you can just pull it back. It's a good, nice try. I feel like you know the combo. We'll go over it at the end, just in case you don't. But we'll check it. Knife, yeah, always try and have your knife on cooldown. Pull it back. I'd pull it back sooner just for the cooldown reasons. Nice. We want a knife again. And then, okay. So as a tank, we're spending a lot of time just kind of fiddling around in the choke, which I don't love, but I don't hate, and it's kind of at a point where we need to make a play. So what I'm thinking at this point is when you get your shout back, we push in a little bit. We push in about right here. We push in close enough that we can make sure that we... This is what I would do in this order. Push in, use Gracie, see if we hit anyone. If we don't, immediately Carnage as we're pushing, so we make sure it hits someone. And then if we take too much damage, if we hit about half health, we shout. So we're even right now. I don't love this rotation. We're even, and we know Mercies at this elo, when they see a res, they're gonna go for it. We lost a teammate, she's gonna res him, no matter what. Until you hit about high gold, they will do that. And even then, I'm telling you, they're still gonna res. So when we lose a teammate and we have a Mercy on our team, they're going to res. So we should try and protect her here. I don't love this full hard rotation without the rest of the team, because now we're in a kind of split situation. What's nice is we're up now, so we've kind of sandwiched them. But it's kind of like it's kind of like the math quiz where you somehow did the wrong thing and got the right answer. And I feel like happens a lot in bronze, honestly. Not shame on you, it's just what happens. Nice try on the knife. When you miss, just pull it back. Nice try on the Carnage, just Lucio booped her. Very good melee. Melee in the turrets, nice. Very nice. Another knife. Just always have knife on cooldown. Just practice. I would much rather see you miss every knife and use it consistently on cooldown. Ooh, very nice. Then hold it. Like, I would even throw it here. It's such a fast cooldown, and it's one of her, like, stronger ones. And, well, it's a very good one to use consistently, especially if you hit it. It's much better. So we want to push up here, hold this corner. Because we can fall back pretty easily. I'd pull them back toward you. This really hecks up their rotation. Yeah, I think that you hold your knives too long in whatever you throw them. So don't be afraid to like throw and then pull back pretty quickly. Don't worry about the turret. Nice. Okay, we need to rotate back. Let me think about something here. So this is scary. So we shouted here, which isn't the worst thing. And now we're full health. And now they're kitsuning into us. So I like the idea of the ult, but the problem is with our ult, it puts us away from the rest of our team. And so generally if you're ulting, it's very good to have shout because then we can run back to our team and try and get the value of our ult at the same time. With what our teammates are, it's going to be really hard for them to get actual value off of your ult because they're not going to consistently hit their shots. Like, it's fine if you got 3 big ones, but the Orisa can still fortify, and we need the Junkrat or the Widow to really help follow up on your damage, and it's just not going to happen. It's nice that you get beat out here, but I'm actually wondering if, on all honesty, it's better if as soon as you hear this Kitsune, because you don't have shout, if you just back up behind this corner. And I find that a lot of the times bronze players, they have a hard time knowing when to disengage, which is like extra rough when you are the tank player. So once you see this, I would think about backing up until you get your shout back, and then we can try, because they'll take all this space. What's funny is because these guys are also bronze, right? The second they see that you back up, they will try and push up into you, and then it's a free try and ult. Just keep in mind the biggest thing is Kiriko counters your ult. So make sure that you have heard the shling sound of the cleanse before you ult. So yeah, as soon as you hear this, I consider backing up. Because she does cleanse. She does get the cleanse off. Yeah, Junker Queen, it's really funny because you think it's such a good like entry ult, like I'm gonna do this to push into the fight, and they'll just, it's like a big fat ante with Ana, but the real reality of it is you were then trading an ult for a cooldown if the enemy has a Kiriko, so it's like a lot less worth doing it at the entry. And it puts you in a weird position. Okay, knife. Nice. It would have been nice if we hit it. See, if we pulled that back immediately, we would have gotten, like, splash damage on the Symmetra. So right here, if we pulled it back, we would have gotten it. I just fall back. I don't like this. Shout. Oh my god, shout. Good. Put your knife back. Nice. Good headshot. Good knife. You need to back up. Yeah, it's unfortunate our Mercy went for the res there instead of healing us. Let me think about this. Is this avoidable? So when I see this sim wall, I just think that I don't want to push into it. I think we do need to be playing on the other side of the cart. So we could just go to this other side and try and crouch behind it instead. Just high charge Symmetra is scary. Your cooldowns are a lot more valuable on a squishy than it is the enemy tank. So try and prioritize like the squishier targets, because you can get out a lot of damage since you have shotguns, but the reality is it's much easier for the enemy healers to heal the tank, especially at this elo. It's a lot harder for them to heal the DPS because they have less health pools. They're just gonna be worse. The good thing about being at this elo is the other people are also at this elo, so you just need to play a little bit better than them. I don't know what's been with Moira orbs today. In one of my other VODs, it also had a glitched Moira orb. I like the knife lead. You hear this? You see the sim turrets? Yep. See, like that took 3 builds to kill all of them. I'm not saying like shout and go into it. I'm just saying like just go walk in and melee. Very nice. Very nice. Let's go. Moira's no fade. I'd push into her. Don't be afraid to shout for your teammate if you feel like they're getting low. Okay, this is fine. Even if we die now, we have closer spawn. Our teammate dies, I mean. Ear! Oh, very close try. We could have... When we saw that we heard this fade, we could hit E, and then you probably could have hit her. It just sucks because we were pulling back Gracie and reloading at the same time. Oh, turrets. Gotta melee him. Nice. Melee those two. Very nice. Good shout. Fall back. We're up one now. Okay. They don't have Kiriko anymore, so we could look for an ult here. We could probably get a pretty good one. We don't need it now, because they killed their tank. We could try to shout and push into them here, is what I would do. I would even shout and push past this wall now. Now we're down. Okay, nice. Yeah, don't be afraid to shout. It took so long for us to use that one. We could have built another one. We could have like gotten it back fully. Your cooldowns are getting the most value when they're on cooldown. We need to die here. Yeah, good. They kind of wasted that visor, in all honesty. They didn't need to do it. So I want us to shout to engage here, so don't do it out of spawn. This is a free res for our Mercy. Yep. Good shoot in the turret. Very nice. You're gonna force out our cooldown. This is also good. I like the ult here. I was terrified you're gonna go off the map. Don't shout. You forgot to shout again. Right here, shout. After you ult, honestly, okay, this is a rule for you, and when you get a better sense of it, you can change the rule. But for now, this is your personal rule. Have shout when you ult, and then after you ult, shout. Okay? Nice kill. Good. Mercy's might want to res here. We can ear. Very nice. Yeah. So Junker Queen is strong because of her cooldowns. I think we can use our cooldowns even more. I think we can use our cooldowns even more. Okay. So we are on sick now. I don't mind it. We're like it.
Thrills me to put aside my preparations and humor your brilliant inquiries, Doctor. It thrills me.
Kind words. Thank you.
What was that interaction? We're gonna listen to it.
It thrills me to put aside my preparations and humor your brilliant inquiries, Doctor.
Ready for battle.
What is this interaction?
Know that one knows nothing.
It thrills me to put aside my preparations and humor your brilliant inquiries, Doctor. It thrills me.
Kind words. Thank you.
It's funny. Okay. Sorry we listened to that 3 times. I was like, where's the beginning of this? Okay, I like these pop shots. I don't mind the shield here. I'd put it down now. Yep. Don't love the suck, don't hate it. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Okay, that was terrifying. If you were going... Okay. We had a few options here. We took way too much damage. So the shield, we need to pull it down faster. It looks like you were typing or doing something. I understand. Sometimes you have to type to communicate. We need to pull it down faster. We do. Nice. I don't love this suck for a few reasons. I don't hate it. It's nice to try and get the health buff. Obviously, they have a Bastion, so it's like extra good for that sense. But the thing is, this team is about to push into you, and you are going to need to fall back because this is a very high damage team. Like, high upfront damage team, especially looking at, like, damage boosted Bastion. So because we don't have suck, we're only gonna have shield for us to fall back with. And it's gonna be kind of rough. So take a little bit of damage. At that cast time on the rock, that is, we need to be behind a wall and then peek out. So as we're casting it, we behind a wall here after. So we did the suck. Okay, let's say we did the suck here. We're like, okay, here, start hitting E here, and then when it finishes, peek out and then come back. Although honestly, when a Bastion is on wheels like this, just avoid peeking him. You are the best tank to try for this scenario, for this Bastion. But it's still ideal to not have to deal with him at all. So once you see that he has to try and push into you, you don't want to peek him. Just try and avoid peeking him. So now we really need to fall back because now we have 0 cooldowns, 0 shield, and we're down a player. So we just need to fall back. So this, and then suck as we go backwards. Yeah, we just need to be aware of disengaging. So you've kind of picked 2 heroes who have very dissimilar playstyles because as a Junker Queen, we are not very well equipped to deal with a Bastion. He would just roll us. But what's kind of nice as a Junker Queen is you wait for them to walk in here, you hit your E, you throw your axe, and then you can shout and fall back this way. With this guy, we are constantly kiting backwards. I'm saying as Sigma. Sigmas should be constantly kiting backwards because our effective range is about right here where we are versus like the Moira. So we can see shooting the Moira at this distance is good, but they're going to be pushing into us, which means we need to try and stay in our effective range because if they get too close to you, it's going to be too hard to land shots because that's how Sigma works. So we just constantly need to be kiting backwards and giving them space so we stay at our good range and then we output a lot of damage at that range. So we just need to constantly be going backwards as Sigma. And we have very good tools to do that. So it's like you go backwards, you go backwards, you go backwards. Your teammate tries to get picks while you're doing that. And then after you get some picks, you have good tools to go forward as well. Sigma is like a very, very high damage output tank. But he plays very slowly. We need to help our Mercy out here. That's good. And this Moira orb is just bugged. Nice. So I push forward a little bit. I'd shield us. Nice, but we see the Bastion on wheels. This is good, and then go behind the cover. Yeah, I wouldn't even shield again. I would just stay behind cover because we don't want to lose our shield for just needless Bastion damage when we have that wall right there that could have tanked it. So we need to get a little bit closer because this is too far for our effective range. You're very good at something in particular that I'd like to kind of applaud you for, and it's shield, suck, shield. You're very good at that. Shield upwards. Nice. Very good as well. So we need to do this and then suck. Our Mercy is so screwed. Yeah. Okay, we need to die. Just go in and die. No, we need to die faster. Because now the rest of our teammates have all respawned and we respawn in 5 seconds. So just go, push, go. When you're in that scenario and it's just you left, contest the cart until they kill you. And you want to die. Don't kite backwards anymore. If both of your healers are dead, contest the cart until you die. Oh, that sucks. We're just staggered. Like, there's nothing you didn't say. I could talk about what's good or bad there, but there's no point because we took that fight, like, 2v1. And necessarily like that's not necessarily your fault that fight was 2v1. It would have been better if you died faster, because then you guys could have actually tried to regroup, but our Mercy was in a bad position. I don't even know where the rest of our teammates were, so it's just rough. So with that, if you're willing to spam group up, if you realize that, hey, everyone has died here, we have one last kind of fight. Overwatch is a team game. It's much better when you come in as a team. Like, what is your Mercy doing? Please don't tell me they're your friend. If they are, don't queue with them. Now we're on Orisa. Orisa is someone who also gains a lot of value from her cooldowns, so yes. I like entry javelin a lot. This is fine. I like how you're cycling your cooldowns a lot. This is okay. We use payload for I'd like us to use payload for cover a little bit more. Two things. I want us to use payload for cover more, and I want us to jump less. We're jumping a ton. So if we just kind of like stand right here, we can like peek and do damage, and then let our gun cool down, and then like peek and do damage and get healed up by our Moira, who's frontlining, I guess. Maybe she'll heal you. But anyway, just you'll take less damage if you're right here. Bronze is fun. I'm sorry you have to go through this. In all honesty, like watching your, like when I first watched your Junker Queen play, I did not think that was a bronze player. And watching your, like so far with the little bit I've seen of your Orisa, and this is the first time I've watched it, I also don't think this is a bronze player. I think it's very, I do not like your supports very much. Like, even if you played natural cover here, your supports weren't healing you, you would have taken a lot less damage, but would it have been enough for you to not die? Probably not, because your Mercy died at the very beginning of the fight. In all honesty. So E out of here, it gives us some movement speed boost. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't think that was your fault. Just so you know, the reason why you guys completely, like, I know I was talking about we should have died faster on second, but that doesn't change the fact that your teammates still might have fed before you fully regrouped, and then you just never had a team fight from when you lost a fight on second till now. You still haven't had a team fight. So if you are willing to communicate and you realize that your team is staggered, you need to communicate that you guys need to group up and take a fight together. So far what I've seen, your cycling on cooldowns on Orisa was really good. Your fact that you had an awareness about shield with Sigma was really good. In general, I was pretty impressed with your Junker Queen. Like, there's just a bunch of little things that I think that we're down one, so we should try not to engage here unless we get a pick. And I still like our cooldown. Okay, what was that? Are you okay? That's unfortunate. That's just unfortunate. It looks like lag. So it's like, I like your cooldown cycling here. And now we just need to hide for a second because we have none. Ooh, we're getting pushed. That's bad. We can get this pick though. Nice. Okay, that was a little bad. So this is unfortunate because you were getting pushed. But then right here, we need to try and get to our healers instead of get away from them. So we're still going the opposite direction of our healers. So since we were pushed in, we're just so much faster unintentionally, and we need to get healed. And our armor is, yeah. That's unfortunate. But you can't just push past the choke and be in the middle of the team. And you did that on Junker Queen too, and it kind of worked out because of the design of Junker Queen in a way, and also because I think your Widow got a pick and your Mercy got a res, so that was kind of lucky. But you need to win the choke fight. That does mean you can push past the choke. That doesn't mean you can go all the way to the point. So we just need to, like, you don't want to keep chilling here for forever and just like doing little pellets of damage. We need to like push in and get a play. It's especially, but we can, now that we have a Reaper on our team, we can try and push in and engage with him and then come this way. So that way we have natural cover over here, or we could come around this way. So we have natural cover right here. It's just when you're right here, you're going to get shot by everyone because there's no cover. So just try and be aware of that kind of natural cover and how to play this map in particular. I don't even know if your team gets another fight here. You can touch, but it doesn't mean that's like a full fight. Oh, okay, you guys just cleared up. So now that you have a Reaper on your team, you two should just try and like hold hands. There's a lot of synergy between tanks and Reaper, which is kind of funny because if it's on the enemy team, it's the opposite. So easy javelin, nice. I wouldn't be scared of this. I like what you're doing, and then you can just hide behind cover. Use your E. So that's one thing, is you're using, ooh, that's bad. You're using this cooldown. We need to use this to push in or push out. So as we're using this, we need to take some form of natural cover before this or around the time this ends. So as we're using javelin spin, we either go this way or preferably we go this way. So we peek, we can suck up the damage if we think our team is pushing up with us, but like we're making space for no one right now because our team is far back here and up there. So we can peek this a little bit here if we want to try and get some poke damage in, but as soon as we see Bastion on wheels, just come back over here. That way we can preserve our cooldowns for the next fight. Have them push into you here. You guys have the objective. It's on them to try and take it from you. E out, nice. Could use it again. It's not the worst thing. Okay. Get a javelin on the Zarya here. Almost. Very nice. Ooh, are you on controller? I think you are, aren't you? Let me check. The way that you just moved there, it looks like... Yes, you are a console player. Okay. In all actuality, being on console doesn't change anything that I've said. Just so you know. If it did, I would have looked up sooner. I just thought that movement was really weird. So we want to try and play natural cover after this. Try and just avoid peeking a Bastion on wheels as much as possible. Very nice. Nice. We saw the Mercy to the right a little bit. You can still see the beam to the right, so I would have maybe tried to javelin over there. Shoot her, shoot her. Nice. It was just a lot of like downtime right there when we weren't shooting. So when I say E, I mean your spin ability, just so you know. That's what made me think about it. This is very nice. Do you know, I'm gonna try and tell you, like, do you know why your team's winning this? You're playing natural cover quite well, your, like, team's actually getting picks, you're not dying, you're making good space, and the enemy just can't push that well into you guys because you're actually taking a team fight.
Initiating match. Ready for battle. Will we find strength?
Turn it up, turn it up!
More field research.
Okay. Shoot. Just get some shooting damage because you want ult charge. Okay. If you're friends with Hitmontop, I think that you should play on an alternate account when you play with them. Okay, we need to fall back because, Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so we had cooldowns we could have used to fall back sooner. That's one thing, is Orisa's cooldowns are great for survivability. So just Fortify, because there's damage reduction on Fortify. And we could have done that a lot sooner. We could have taken less headshot damage. And then if we still needed it, we could have used our Javelin spin ability. We could have definitely survived there. Even without Hitmontop. This isn't the optimal path to go out of spawn, by the way. So, I find this a lot with bronze players, they don't know it. So we're in spawn. No, we're not. Okay, we're in spawn. This way is a little bit faster. It's very slight, but this way is faster. So go this way. Okay. Try not to peek a Bastion on wheels. Even with your cooldowns, it's just waited out. It's needless damage. You could even die for it. This is good. Our Reaper is very good. Be friends with Smelly Poo Man. Oh, push in, push in, push in. Ian, Ian. Yeah, nice. Okay, nice. Careful, yeah. Try not to stand in her orb, her nade. In Sojourn's nade. Good pick. We should wait. We should try and see if we can stop this Mercy from rezzing. Good Javelin. When I say we should try and stop the Mercy from rezzing, I mean save Javelin to see if she gets to she tries to res for that, and then you can cancel it. This is all fine. Your team is doing quite well. You're holding space and your team's taking advantage of it. This is good, but fortify, fortify. So you don't take headshot damage when you fortify, and she'll waste the rest of her ult on you. We need to back up now. Do not peek the Bastion. Just back up fully. Use your E to get, or use your Javelin spin to get out. Okay. There's not much we could do there. We took a lot of needless damage right here when we could have used our E to spin out. And then Hitmontop dies while ulting, obviously. I'm sorry if that person's your friend. And I've just been mean. I don't think they are. The chances that they are seem kind of slim. Remember that Moral Orb is glitched. Nice. Great eat. Don't try not to peek a Bastion on wheels. There's no need for us to do that. Now he's out of wheels, we can really push up if we wanted. I even we might need to make a play pretty soon here. We have a pick, so now I'd push even harder into them. But Bastion has wheels, so try and play natural cover right here. Yeah, just don't peek him when he's on there. Now we can push in. Very nice. Good, good, good. Javelin. Nice. I think we can still use cooldowns more. On Orisa, you're better at it. Yeah, this is just kind of needless damage. I'll be really honest, your supports are not very good. I don't know if you know this, it's just a little tip. When Bastion ult, you can Javelin and look up as well. And your team wins. Nice. Very good. So, is there something I really want to go over? I was thinking about the combo and Junker Queen. She isn't the worst, but honestly, I think of the tanks you played, your Sigma was definitely the weakest, and your Orisa was probably the strongest. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think your Orisa was the strongest. Your Junker Queen was like pretty close to your Orisa. It's just pull knife sooner. Because I feel like you'll just leave it in them, like, for a really long time. I think I was checking to see if the cooldown was basically the same. I think you know the combo of like knife, shot, E. Actually, that's not really it. Let me rephrase this. So it's like knife, pull them in, E, they take damage, and then shoot. And then if they're like a tank, let's show hog. So if they're a tank, then you can knife, E, and you have to walk into them a little bit, and then headshot, and then you can melee them like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. Yeah, just avoid peeking Bastion on wheels, like, just generally. And I think you're pretty good. I don't think what I saw was bronze play, in all honesty. I think that your supports really held you back that game based off of just how often they died first and the fact that your Moira really liked to DPS. So that was going on. But I do think that just knowing when to, like, if you just utilize natural cover probably like 20% more, I think you could hit silver. And I think so, yeah. Don't, and use your cool, if you could, and also use your cooldowns about like 15% more. I think you're like at silver. So I hope this was helpful at all. If you get another VOD, let me know that you want me to look at, and have a great day.